At the bottom of the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea. I'm gonna stay down, down. I'm just stuck here in a dream. I'm at the bottom of the ocean. I'm at the bottom of the sea. I'm gonna stay down, down. I'm just stuck here in a dream. I'm at the bottom of the sea. I'm gonna stay down, down. I'm just stuck here in a dream.
Я батько. Я молодший брат.
Я водій маршрутки.
Я скоро одружуся. Я фанат шахтера. Начальник отдела продаж.
Я прораб.
Я программист. Я свидетель на свадьбе.
Дядя Юра. Таксист.
Я вчитель фізкультури.
Я студент-геолог.
У мене своя фірма.
Я кращий друг зі школи.
Я сусід, який завжди стукає по батареї.
Я єдиний син.
A lot of people look at us as robots or just out doing a job, but everything we see and do affects us just like it does everybody else.
A lot of problems with first responders and veterans is that now we're in a battlefield that's very different.
I've lost more friends to suicide than I did in combat, and it really hurts. When you push the human envelope to those maximum extents, physically, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually, and then you pull that plug, nothing prepares you for the silence. Nothing prepares you for that void.
You can't come that close to death without it having some effect on you.
I'll never forget my wife telling me, you know, you're not the same Brett that I married.
What War Horses does is it puts you in that environment to, in essence, look in the mirror. But that mirror's that horse. And that horse is going to tell you where you're at.
You got to relax. You got to calm down. You got to slow your mind down and just think about this one thing, controlling that horse.
The first thing we do before we get on a horse, we breathe. To let go of everything. Let go of everything in your head. If I don't let go of everything, I cannot be present with the horse.
It's magic. I just started crying. It was the first time in my life that I literally let everything go.
Compassion, generosity, love, all of these things trickle back into what it is to be a human being.
It's completely changed me.
All the confidence I had lost, it started coming back working with these horses. They've given me my life back.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy, had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar, a straight-up omelet bar. And now look, my former intern's tossing me down a bottomless freaking pit. You know, come to think of it, my whole life has been a series of what the moments. That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
Yeah, you said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Broadcasting live from the Folks of the Veteran Center of Excellence. This, holy shit, what are we looking at? 17 October. Man, I'm sorry. Woo! Lord have mercy. Man, what a... oh my gosh, man. Made it just in time, that's right. I'm Aisha Host, broadcasting deep within the mountain complex. Or maybe, I don't know, somewhere in the freaking basement of the Pentagon. I'm Aisha Host. And of course, I got the shipwrecks with me. What's up, man?
Oh, nothing much. Nothing much. So you got the Pentagon basement?
Oh yeah, the Pentagon basement's been busy. I mean, what's going on? Pookie, like you said, man, it's already halfway. I want to welcome Pookie back to back on station because he had a very very interesting trip. I'm pretty sure CQ and Pookie will give the Wasabi Con a back brief that they attended this weekend, which I think is pretty cool. That's pretty badass. But I just think it's funny that I'll let Pookie tell the story. We had Wasabi Con this weekend, and it was fun down in Jacksonville, Florida, and Florida. So, man, it'll be Christmas to him exactly, man. So, what happened last week? Okay, so let me tell you what happened last week. Holy crap, man! You want to talk about some woo dogus? All right.
Drama or
well, there was some drama. Okay, look. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I didn't broadcast last week because, you know, starting time when I was about ready to rock and roll. Man, I was ready to hit some news. I was about ready to go on the news front and get it out there. And yes, it's time to talk. Army talk from AUSA, right? I was ready to do it. I was ready to give it, and I had all this furor and ready to go. Oh yeah, but you know the webs had a different plan for me. Our service
preventing you from getting Facebook jail is what you're saying?
Yeah, well, no, it's not that. It's just the fact that we had our service provider that allows us to stream to all these platforms simultaneously. Like right now, you're probably listening to us on Twitter, YouTube, 2 Facebook pages, and Twitch for all you gaming nerds. I was checking, and I was like, man, we paid our bills. What's going on? And it was out. There was no way I could not. I was shocked, flabbergasted that I would be silenced. So I did some research, and there was like, okay, we have intermittent service for your location, yada yada. So I can, okay, let me switch to backup mode. And as I was going through backup mode, my ISP that I use, and I'm not going to say anything to the R because I don't want to pimp them out like they're great or anything like that. I looked at my phone and it said, you have bad equipment. It's time for you. It's time to give you an upgrade. What the hell is that?
Well, isn't that a good thing, getting an upgrade though?
Whoa, hang on. See, most cable companies do what most cable companies are like the NRA. You know what I mean? They will you know how the NRA? No, I'm serious. You know how the NRA? What they do is they'll get their membership in, and they do this to the old people a lot, to the olds. And these old people get convinced to join the NRA for 3, 4 years, 5, whatever the membership is, or a lifetime. Well, then the next thing you know, they'll get a scare mail in the mail or an email saying that the liberals are going to take your gun rights. Well, it's kind of true, but they're going to take your rights to vote, and you're freaking out, right? They freak them out. And so what do old people do? I'm not cracking on the old, just telling you how it is. What do the old people do? They go, oh shit, I don't want the liberals to take my guns. So I'm gonna send you more money. Well, the cable companies do the same thing. Internet service providers do the same thing. They say, oh, your equipment may not be running as good as you want. And it's a bait and switch to get you to change, to upgrade your plan. So I was on the freaking phone, dude, with my ISP, and I was like, "What's going on, dude? Why you why y'all's doing this to me?" And they're like, I said, "I'll tell you what, I'll cancel out right now, and we'll get WTF Nation Radio to be." I mean, I was about ready to put them on blast. I won't tell you this, but they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. Oh, it must have been a glitch." So careful out there, guys. Careful out there. There are predatory practices. Tell your folks. They try to get me because I'm old. They try to get you. They will try to get you. And sure as shit,
providers.
Yeah, they try.
Stealing providers.
Yeah, they try to get me, and they're like, "Oh, well, you need to here. You get this equipment. You get this upgrade." And I'm like, "Well, I already have the super duper fast, and I already have my own equipment. I already got 5 levels of equipment, double backups of excellence."
That's a lot of backups.
I do have backups. So I was gonna wait a minute. So you're saying my web is okay? I could have done this show, and this is already an hour late after the show. Man, I was pissed. So I reconnected all my stuff, double checked it, triple checked it, checked it, and sure as shit, everything was back good to go. Told my ISP to, hey, knock that shit off, stop sending me fucking sales, and we'll be all good. So course of action was that it was still intermittent though. The service that we use to multi-stream our stuff was still out. So we had the team ready to go on phase 2 or course of action 2 in the event we couldn't broadcast, which no big deal. It's like you said, Pooks, it's an uber redundancy. And then right before, man, I was up all night and I did a little test and I got the mail saying, "Oh, your server, everything's back up." So I was like, I don't know, 1 o'clock. There was a couple fans in there too. They're like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" Did a couple tests on the YouTube's, Facebooks. You guys didn't see it though, and then because I deleted it all, and then and Twitch. So I was like, man, dude, why is it that ISPs like the NRA do shit like that to old people? It's like, look, I get it, I'm old, all right, but do you? I mean, some people get freaked out, and will definitely will. I feel like I'm gonna have to pay more stuff, and I'm going to oh yes, I need the premium package of interwebs of webness. So I was just monitoring the show on Friday, which was a good show with Coach and Cause on Friday Night Freedom. Just double check, just to make sure everything was going good, and I was just kind of like hovering over everything. Meanwhile, getting reports from the Pucanator. Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, okay. And the thing is that I don't have streaming, like I don't have a package. I don't have cable. I just will sit there and yeah, that's the thing. I got that. I already got the dockets 3.2 already. That's what that's
Are
what.
you using Starlink by any chance, maybe?
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. I think I'm gonna get a Starlink and do a show under Starlink and talk to Lord Elon and see what he says. Because right now, Elon Musk is pissing everybody off, man. He's like, all he says is like, I mean, think about this, okay? He has a system that everyone's liking, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna help you out, blah, 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 all this and all that. Meanwhile, everybody else gets throwing freaking Wayne Bay. I still use Windows 95. Okay, cool. Love you, mean it. And he's donated the equipment and Starlink for use in Ukraine. And now I guess there's some drama going on with him saying, hey, look, I need some money. I just like kind of foot the bill. And then they started attacking him online on the Twitter, saying that he, what an asshole for saying he's going to stop giving freaking Starlink service. Is he an asshole? I mean, he was giving it free, like kind of, was he like biting the hand that feeds you type thing? Are you not appreciative of what it is? Maybe there's a loss in translation with a language or something like that. Maybe it's too direct. But do you think sometimes that if you do something for somebody and say, hey man, I need to get like paid now because this is like killing me, and then you start like guilting them for not doing it? You know what I mean? That's not cool.
Yeah. No, I think you did a great thing as long as it's lasted for as long as it's been.
Yeah.
When things free lasts forever.
Right. Well, not to mention that is that you would have thought, and here's what it is. I'll tell you what it is that nobody likes Elon. So any other defense contracting company, well, they were more than happy to send money to send equipment over there, right? But they don't like Elon. So all the stuff that he's doing for free, they think he's an asshole if he asks for money. Hey, look, I need to get this paid. No other defense contract company would say, no, I'll just go ahead and do it for free, and then you can pay me when I ask for it. That's not how it works. So I think due to the fact that there were some Ukrainian politicians that were saying, well, we don't need your shit, because he was also tweeting along or asking questions about, Russia. And that got everybody pissed off. But if you don't like it, you could just fuck off and stop doing this. And shh. Recruiter Time says he wants that barracks mold money the U.S. government is sending.
If he got involved with that, how quickly that shit would probably be fixed right about now.
You're talking about if Elon Musk got involved with the mold-free barracks program I was joking about. I wonder if they had that at AUSA, a display of mold, what a mold-free barracks room looks like, with no CSMs involved. I guarantee it. That would be the perfect one, the perfect mess. Guaranteed a CSM would fuck it up.
But could you see him doing one of those cities? He says that he lives in one of those portable pop-up container homes or something. Fill up a whole field of all that and put solar panel on the base for shade, for parking, and that'll be your new barracks.
You might as well just put them all on shoes, which, they're connexes that that have air conditioning. Just have them in there like that. Have a shared bathroom. You know what I mean? Have something like that. I don't. That's one thing that they didn't discuss in AOSA. I mean, I'm pretty sure they talked about it. I know there was other things they were talking about. We're going to cover during Sarn's time, but the mold. It's for some reason we could deliver a weapon system on a grid square, actually in a point on a grid square, in a 5x5 meter square.
Oh, I think it
But we can't. But we can't.
A 5x5.
Well, I'm just saying, in pinpoint accuracy with our weapon system, we have the most advanced armor. We have the most advanced, mechanized vehicles. We have advanced shit, aircraft, artillery. But for some reason, we just can't fucking build a barracks. Yeah. Oh no, we can't. It's insane. It's insane. So, Baconator says if room was made out of solid bleach somehow, we'll probably still get moldy. You know what? If it was built on an army base, I don't know if you ever lived in Florida or Louisiana, in the South, in the humidity. I don't see how anybody else, if there was any mold or something like that, the buildings would get shut down. OSHA would say you can't cohabitate these buildings. I'm serious, man. Pookie's got it right.
Does OSHA really get involved with those barracks, though?
No. Well, see, that's the thing. It all depends. It's kind of funny how you say that. OSHA only seems to get involved when the motor pool gets fucked up, when it comes to leaks and shit like that, or you spill something in the bay. But like Pookie says, man, garrison is just too hard for the army. I don't understand how we got so busy. I don't understand what got us. I mean, we're probably jumping into Sergeant's time tropes here, but how did we get so busy? How did we get so busy after the GWAT ended to where all of a sudden everybody wants to, let's go do shit? It seems like we got more busy. We got worse.
Always to the lowest bidder.
Yeah, always to the lowest bidder. But god dang, dude, you can't convince a soldier. What's they do? Maybe if you use some bleach or paint over it. Looking at you, Fort Benning, Fort Stewart. Maybe if you do that, then. Anyways, Epstein didn't kill himself. I'm just saying. I want to get that out of the way. I always got a time to shoot that out. So, but anywho, aside from that, what I miss? You know what? Yeah, I haven't. We haven't opened the phone lines in forever. Do you think we should open the phone lines?
Oh yeah.
You want to open the phone lines?
I love phone line moments.
Want to see what the phone line's gonna say?
Yeah.
We'll see what the.
Especially if they call in and talk about, what Kaz was saying on the Microsoft headlights, helmet cams.
What?
Hey, Kaz did the covering for the, the Microsoft headset, the HoloLens.
Right.
I hope a ton of people call in and talk about that. That's what I want people to call in about.
Oh.
Yeah, I had Jose drop me some stuff, and be cool if Jose actually called in. I'll just put it that way. There's more to.
I'm sure there is. So let's try this out. 415-889-8367. If you want to talk about mold, or if you just want to shoot the shit. It's been a while since we've been in it. We're kind of like on a no format day, so it's only so if you want to call and shoot the breeze, 415-889-8367. We'll see how this works out. I don't know if D-Max, if you call and flush the toilet, you'll be banned permanently. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh shit, I'm gonna go. But nah, for real, man. It's just I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We got our military social media going on. I mean, we got a lot of news going on, stuff like that. We're gonna talk about Ukraine later, but it just blows me away how people fucking, I don't know, people just losing. It's just almost like the army got busier, and I don't understand how we got busy. We got so busy. Personally, I think JRTC should be closed down, because I think a JRTC should be closed down, NTC should stay open, and JMRC should stay open. And the reason why I say that is so that way our forces know how to deploy overseas to Europe, or deploy to, NTC from, the island. So I honestly don't. I think JRTC now has become the key reason why our forces are getting freaking I don't know. It just seems like they're just over busy. I don't know what it is. We sort of kind of drew down we did, not sort of kind of. We drew down our forces a couple years ago and down to nothing. And then Afghanistan, the withdrawal. And then now it seems like it just seems like we're getting worse shit in the inbox. It's like we shouldn't be that busy. Yeah, no, dude. It was never, and it was never like that. It was never like that. It was. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, let's see if it works. WTF Nation Radio, you on the air?
You know, I'm going to tell you, after the best day of work that I have had, to include my time in the military, I had to call my boy Ice and let him know what's up, my friend.
Wait a minute, who's this? Is this who I think this is?
It's the coach, my man. It's Coach.
What's going on, man?
Man, I am telling you, I had the best damn day of work, and then tomorrow just gets better. So I'm freaking excited. I am happier than a pig in shit right now, man.
Good deal, man. Good deal. So, what's your thoughts on? Do you think the Army's gotten too busy now that we got slowed down on our deployment stuff?
You know what, the time periods that we were in, we were there before 9/11, and I was doing a little bit of a retrospective past couple of weeks about what it was like serving before 9/11 and what it was like serving afterwards, the little dips that we've had, and right now we are technically going on 1 year without a combat, mission happening for the first time since 2001.
Right.
20 some odd years.
Right.
We're going to have to find something that is going to occupy our time in stupidity, much like we had to do during our previous times that it was coming. And I don't know how to put it this way. I would say that I think right now the United States Army, the entire military, we've lost focus and we've lost the training on fighting conventional wars. We've lost that ever since we've started fighting, even in Afghanistan and Iraq, even before that when we were fighting the Viet Cong and everything. We've come down to the part where we need to kind of go back to the ways of fighting conventionally. And if it also means to bring back some of this stupid bullshit that we had to do and start bringing up some more stuff to occupy the people's times, I'm definitely not for it. I think it's a stupid idea. I'm just trying to bring up positives to slam the fact that we do too much bullshit right now. And what we should be doing is training to fight the freaking fight to win, not to train to fight to make sure somebody's ass doesn't get chewed out at a command staff meeting because somebody with a higher rank of them is pissed off with what number is up on the slide. Let's be honest. That's the way leadership is in the United States Army today. And it needs to get the fuck away from that.
No, I hear you. It needs to stop. And that's what I was saying. It's like, it just seems like we're getting a lot more, how do I say this? We've got a lot more traffic on the main page. It's just stupid shit that comes across and people don't say, oh, that didn't happen. That's not real. And you're like, bro, did you not fucking see? I mean, these are, the next thing you know, a unit is posted in the Army Times was over some stupid shit.
The stupid shit that was happening while we were deploying and while we were at war, a lot of us called it out on it because we were doing other things that were more harm in the way. But the stupid shit that I remembered from back before 9/11 that guys like Chandler were trying to put back in were met with so much stupidity and outrage that it just completely derailed motivation during that time period.
Why you got to bring up Chandler?
Threatening to do it again, and what's that?
Why you got to bring up Chandler?
Why? Because because I could say with Chandler, that little piece of shit, I don't know. I'm not going to be allowed to say things like that anymore. I don't know how much time I have left on this earth, so I just might as well say that Chandler was a piece of shit. That's why I got to say it now. But the fact that he had to focus in on, the completely stupid administrative types of things instead of having to focus on the warrior himself, the warrior themselves, the way of fighting the war and giving clear and concise guidance instead of mumbled up bullshit and worrying about tattoos and worrying about wear and appearance of uniform. Well, that was met back in 2011 through 2015 with a shit ton of disdain from every single person in the rank and file.
Right.
And if this shit with the Army is going to be continuing with it because of the said leadership and because we don't have a mission to it, well, then we're going to have even bigger problems with recruiting. And I know Recruiting Times is going to be pulling their hair out because of shit leadership.
Well, I don't understand with, having to do inventories and stuff with the amount of the sense of urgency that we had during the GWAT. I get, but now that the GWAT is so quote unquote done, unless you're in the SFAB, they're fighting everybody. They're fighting people in Colombia. But anyways, you have to be hard pressed to really give me a good reason why soldiers have to come in on the weekends to do shit. To like what is it? It's either the command is not doing correct, not doing time management in itself, or leaders down at the squad level are not doing proper time management. I don't know what it is, man, but the inbox has been inundated with
management.
Yeah, I mean the inbox has been inundated with so much crap. I mean, some of the stuff I just want to blast out right now, but the main page has got to work through it. But Jesus Christ, dude, it's if we don't do this, then you're going to be working till 1700. Why the fuck you got to work to 1700? What? Well, that punishment shit, specifically when the Army right now needs people, that's not attractive to the force. That's not attractive to the force at all. Not to mention the fact, they've had this big fucking uproar with with General Donahoe and the Secretary of the Army and social media stuff. That all right there is fucking now nobody. What now? Now we're all going to be waiting by our fucking cell phones to wait for the word.
Oh God Almighty! I mean, if that was the case, then we should just go back to have the entire S1 working remote over at their house, and they don't have to be soldiers anymore. If that was the case, then we can get all the intel people to go back remote, and work that way, because it makes zero sense to wait around at 1700 just because some schmuck had enough can't handle their time and can't put out information to them.
Well, I understand. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand if you're getting ready to do like a training event. I totally understand stuff like that. I understand there's specific tasks that have to happen before you attend said training event. I totally get that. Mm-hmm. What I don't fucking get is that when there's dead time, it's like even the Sergeant Major of the Army is saying, dude, slow the fuck down. Stop doing all these bullshit tests or these bullshit online training events that we told you not to do anymore. Knock it off with these leave form cover sheets that by regulation aren't even supposed to be fucking happening. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I really don't fucking get it. It's like how these people, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe the GWAT just fucking promoted the wrong people and now they're fucking made it through the ranks and now they're in charge. I'm serious, man. It's like, guys that got promoted through the guac, I could see that. Guys, I said guac like guacamole. Guys who got promoted afterwards, it's almost like they want to get their chance. You know what I mean? It's like they missed their chance, and now they want to prove to the world, I could do this. Send me, sir. Look at me, sir. Look, the commander's driving by my building right now and sees all my lights on my HQ, knows that I'm working hard for that next JRTC rotation. Fuck. Mm-hmm. Global war on guacamole, exactly.
Global war on crap, because that's exactly what came in and exactly what we ended up getting out of it was crap.
Dude,
that sounds like guac, right?
Yeah. Dude,
GWOC, yeah,
I'm
that's good enough for it. The global war on crap.
Right now, the biggest thing the Army should be doing is doing PT until it's time for a training event. Like, I want to cancel JRTC and just close that place specifically. But they should be training for ranges. They should be going to ranges. You should be allowing your soldiers to go to fucking school now. Tuition assistance, all these benefits that you said you're going to give these soldiers to go do. Plenty of fucking time to do it now. Well, you just don't understand. What? We have a new PT test now, so there should be a new event in culture. One of the biggest breaks that I wanted to bust out last week before my webs all went down was if you scored a 540 on your ACFT, you're not required to get height and weight. What's up with that?
Yep.
What's up with that shit? Dude,
yeah, I saw that last week too.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to fucking quote Commander Krug from Star Trek, but this is just the turn of luck I've been waiting for. Dude, fatties unite. This is time. This is your time, biggin. No, I'm serious. I mean, come on, man. When me and you, I don't want to say when you and you were back. You know, I don't want to say that, but back in the day, man, back in the fucking day, we knew guys that were the worst eaters, the worst fucking PTers that could just smoke a PT test or could smoke a ruck.
Yep.
And they were like stocky, and they didn't look like a soldier. And everyone thinks that a pencil thin fucking soldier. Hey, dudes, there's some guys that need to fucking, that skip leg day. And all, anytime I see them in PT shorts, I'm like, are those strings hanging from your shorts or are those your fucking legs? Because they need to fucking just, I'm telling you, man, we are right. Sergeant Porkneck approves. I'm telling you, if Sergeant Porkneck gets 540 on his or her ACFT and they don't have to get tape, bonus. I love it. That right there. I mean, that right there, talk about an incentive,
Hey, let me ask you something, and just thinking about this kind of generational time-wise, when I was thinking about, back to what leaders are currently in right now.
Shoot.
You take the average sergeant major, okay? The average sergeant major, about 20 years by the time that he pins that rank on, possibly 20 by the time he's a command sergeant major.
It depends on what that sergeant major did. Yeah. The president.
Yeah, but, fast tracking, it could be,
Gotcha.
but a little bit more than 20.
Okay.
So even if we look at it just a little bit more than 20, those sergeants major were all probably specialists. Some of them might have been sergeants right around 9/11.
True that.
But you also have a vast majority of them that came up through the ranks during the great times where we needed all of these leave form, freaking cover sheets and blood tests and your sister's ass sample and all of this other stuff. You do realize that we're trying to, at the time when they are holding on to as much power as humanly possible, to tell them not to do something that they have inherently grown up doing for 20 years, and it just seems about as unnatural as wiping with their left hand versus their right hand.
Well, to bring that,
you got to think of it this way. It's going to take a little bit for them to get rid of some of the stupid shit.
Brother. I'm going to tell you what right now. I agree to you to some point, but I call bullshit on the other half a point. And the reason why is because we knew, you and I know specific individuals that used cushy assignments and duties to get out of fucking deployments. They knew how to fucking work the system. Yes. They knew how to work it. Yeah. And now they want to fucking, now that the war has died down, now all of a sudden they want to be a fucking super soldier. Now they want to take a company, or now they want to go do this. Man, bro, who you bullshitting? It's just disgusting to see our soldiers just getting dude, they're being drugged through the fucking. They're just through the ringer. They're fucking stressed the fuck out for no fucking. I'm telling you, for no fucking reason. For no fucking reason, at all.
Yeah. Now you know what? But I do give a little bit of a hat off to them. Okay, all the way up until now, I really haven't had a job that fulfilled me as well as I did in the military, and I came 3 years, over 2, less than 3 years away than when I could have been making retirement. Some of these motherfuckers, I don't blame them for trying to dip, dodge, duck, and dive when all of that bullshit was happening, when they were trying to get rid of people before the Trump presidency. I'm
gonna tell you what,
when
dude.
They were doing the.
Yeah, but
I have a little bit. I have a little bit of respect for them, just on the fact that they were able to survive like cockroaches. But for them to be out of there, they're going to have a harsh reality when they transition out, because this cushy way of trying to, get out and dodge everything and then try to come out with, with a position commiserate of what you think that you're worth, that ain't going to fucking happen. It ain't going to fucking happen.
No.
And I'll tell you that first
Nope.
fucking hand.
Nope.
It ain't going to happen immediately.
I do see the struggle though with the newer generation of soldier and this current senior NCO / officer leader. They just don't get them. They just don't.
Yeah.
They just don't get them at all. They don't allow the soldiers to think. They don't allow the soldiers to fucking have a say. Don't get me wrong. There's a difference between having a say or something like that. But when all of a sudden you see a text message come across the net and it says, "Hey, make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that," and then you see the text message of "Roger, Sergeant. Yes, Sergeant. Roger," and then that one guy that just said Roger without putting Sergeant at the end of it. Then that damn sidewalk NCO will immediately come across the net in a text message. "You better address me as Sergeant." Bruh. If you're sending me a text in the middle of fucking night and I'm like groggy and I'm like, trying to see what I'm looking at here. The light, it's all dark and I'm hearing all, dude, I'm not gonna fucking know that shit. These soldiers are getting fucked with.
You should be happy you're getting more than 3 letters. Usually you get one saying K.
If the average NCO right now, or actually say look at a senior leader right now, we'll just look at the formation and say, you know what? I think fucking PT should be unorganized. I think we should not have organized PT within the organization. As a matter of fact, I think Sergeant Major, I think you need to shut your hole and fucking let the guys go to the guys and gal go to the gym. As a matter of fact, we should just make a fucking work call. Just make a work call. Fuck it. PT, I know, just give me an up on the text messages. That's what you should be doing. A-Top, my person's here. A-Top, got somebody an appointment. Hey, First Sergeant, you going to meet us for PT? Something like that. That's it. And then go on. See you. Then come at 9 o'clock. Bam. And mostly it's those I'm telling you, it's those overbearing fucking sergeant first classes and master sergeants and lieutenants that want to try to change the world. And you're like, where were you at during the fucking what, dude? Where was all that motivation when you were hiding out at a fucking schoolhouse? Where was it at? I'm serious,
Where
man.
was that when you were at a
Yeah, it's like, why is it that
where were you at when you're hiding in trade?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why is it that we got friends in my art, we could share stories of how many times we deployed on a rotation because somebody was hiding out in fucking Korea thinking they were going to get away with it and not deploy on a rotation to Afghanistan or Iraq, or, oh shit, I'm going to go hit drill sergeant school. Oh, damn, I'm going to go hit instructor school. I don't want to go down range. But then all of a sudden you see their fucking Facebook pages. Wow, holy shit. Yeah, man. Oh, thank you for your service. Well, especially when you know the individual too. You're like, dude, you're a fucking, I remember you. You're a fucking douche.
Oh yeah.
Somebody else.
You know what?
We got Heather. Heather saying she's got so much to say. What do you got? Heather, if you want to call, you can go ahead and call. Not Heather. Who is it?
Yeah.
Elizabeth. There you go.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Elizabeth, I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming to my Elizabeth. I'm gonna get off the phone over here. All right, but Ice. Till the next time.
Till the next time, brother.
And,
yeah, we'll talk later.
Yes.
We'll talk later.
Hells yes.
All right, man. Have a good one. Oh, you don't want to call Elizabeth? Damn it, I had you on. I'm just kidding. How many sergeant majors on the Death Star? Man, I don't know. Did you hear that? Do you hear that fucking shit rap? All that talk? You were starting to get triggered? Is that what you just said?
All the freaking people that skipped out from being deployed or hiding that little shit, they get out talking about how good of their resume is as officers and high-ranking officers and enlisted, and they get those freaking government jobs because of it, and they fuck over their little guys behind them. Every single fucking time because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I'm just saying.
Fucking bullshit.
I'm just saying. Damn, I didn't realize it triggered you so much.
Well, it is bullshit. They get those government jobs because they got rank and they got a good resume because of the rank and the schooling they go to. And then they get those fucking jobs and they never have real experience of what it's really like under hard conditions.
Yeah, that's a good question.
They try to bullshit and get their PR departments to cover up their fuck-ups.
Hang on. Oh, hang on. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Well, you wanted me to call.
Oh, this must be Elizabeth. What's going on?
It's not Elizabeth.
No, who is this? Wait, I said Heather, Elizabeth. Everybody call. Go ahead. Who's this?
Yeah. I can't talk Army stuff, but we can talk mold.
You can talk what?
Mold. You want to talk housing? You want to talk barracks? You want to talk mold?
Man, no. I was waiting for Elizabeth to call. I know who this is. This is Heather, right?
Well, you said Heather, then you said Elizabeth, so I took my chance and I called.
Okay, well, you okay, let's discuss the mold. I don't give a shit. So we're talking about the mold. Where would you like to discuss the mold at? Are we discussing the great villages of Fort Benning, or are we talking about Knox? Are we talking about, Alabama?
Well, we can talk villages of Benning.
The villages at Benning. All right, so talk to us. Tell us about the villages at Benning.
Let's go. I had a sergeant major show up at a house today.
Oh, for what? To inspect what? To do what? Come on, talk to us.
To tell a family that they needed to pay move-out charges.
That a CSM showed up to a family housing unit and told the family that they need to move and they need to pay damages, cleanup charges for the mold. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it wasn't mold, but
What was it? What was it? Hello, what was it?
They had been living there for several years. Their house was clean, but they sided with the housing partner.
Do they have pictures, proof, video, and stuff like that of what it looked like?
Yeah, the house is fine.
The house is fine. The command said no. You need to clean. You need to pay for cleanup because the housing said they need to pay for cleanup. So you got some pics that you want to send to the main page, so we can we can talk about it and share about it later, and just put it on the radio.
Yeah, I'm hoping to handle it on our end, but we'll see. We'll see how this ends, and I'll send it to you.
Now this this whole thing's been brought up to the chain of command, though. The whole chain of command. Because Benning.
Oh no, villages of Benning didn't even go chain of command. They didn't even go. They just jumped ship and went straight to the garrison.
And what did the garrison say? That there's any?
Huh?
What did the garrison say? That they say, "Yep, they got to pay. They're all done."
Yep.
What's the status of the family now? I mean, what's the rank of the family? Are they Joes? Is it a Joe? Is it a junior enlisted soldier? Is it a mid grade? Is it an officer?
He's NCO. Yeah, it wouldn't be a colonel. A colonel. They wouldn't call the CSM if it was a colonel.
Well, I don't know. It is Fort Benning. Fort Benning has been known for quite a lot of anomalies there. Oh Lordy. So it was an NCO. What was the rank? What was the can you say?
E7.
It was Sergeant First Class and above.
Yeah.
So this just happened
E7.
recently. Okay. And so the CSM showed up, said, "Hey, Sergeant, you got to pay for cleanup." And the NCO said, "No, look, I got it cleaned up." And they say, "No, you still got to pay for it." That's what they said.
Yeah.
Was the house clean when the CSM showed up?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And he's still, so you have a partnership, right? So you have a housing company and you have the garrison, and they're in a partnership. This isn't it's a symbiotic relationship.
Indeed.
The housing company owns 51%, and the garrison is their partner. So it's not like there's an oversight piece, but it's their partner. The definition of a partner is just that. So that's why the housing company called the garrison, because they needed backup, right? So if you as a soldier, as an E7, are disputing a charge and you have your CSM, have the garrison CSM standing there, are you going to dispute it in front of him now?
Yeah.
You're going to argue?
I would. I mean,
or what are you going to do?
That's why, yeah.
Say?
Well, I was saying, Sergeant Major, why don't you come in and take a look? Why don't you come in? It's cleaned up.
Well, no, you didn't call the sergeant major. They did.
That's what I'm saying.
You were arguing the charge.
But I'm saying,
so
but if the sergeant, no, Heather,
the charge in front of him.
Yeah, hell yeah, you would. Why wouldn't you? If the sergeant major came over to my house and said, "Ice, you need the housing company is paying for this shit, or you got to pay for this cleanup that the housing people is charging up," you're gonna walk in and say, "All right, sergeant major, let's take a look. Let's take a look at my spot here." That's what the sergeant major is there for. He's there for that. He's not there for fucking enforcement. He's there to be on the side of the soldier. That's what he's there for.
So when the family showed up, the sergeant major had already looked at the house and he said, "Sorry, bud, but I agree." And
So wait,
That
so was the house?
That was the end of it.
Was the house empty or something? Was it? What was the?
Yeah, they're moving out. They had moved out.
So yeah, I would argue, I would argue in front of the
So
sergeant. I would tell the sergeant major,
there's people
"Hey, sergeant
who
major, this is
would look
bullshit."
at rank, huh?
I would tell the sergeant major, I said, "This is bullshit. Look, are you going to take my side, or are you taking a fucking contract company side? The shit's cleaned up. Now, what are they saying that they add to it?"
There's people who are going to be argumentative with the sergeant major, and then there's people who are going to view it as Roger.
How much was the charge? This doesn't make
See you
sense.
later.
So what was the charge? What was the total charge altogether?
It's pretty hefty.
What was the charge?
It's over $1,000.
It's over $1,000. Over $1,000 for a cleanup. Okay.
Yeah. Well, they're charging them for carpet when they've lived there for 5 years, and they're not depreciating it.
Oh my God! And how many people have lived in that house? Was he moved? Did he move in there with a new carpet?
No.
So it was already old carpet when he moved in.
And they've lived there for 5 years. And the company that was owned prior to the Village of Benning owning it, there's no record. So there's no way to prove. There's no proof. The proof is gone.
God, I hate Benning. Benning's a fucking joke.
So Pinnacle, who used to own here, was sued by the DOJ several years ago. Millions of dollars. All those records are gone. So when you move here, the NDAA of 2020 and the Housing Bill of Rights is supposed to give you 7 years of maintenance records. And you can only get it for 4 years here because those records are gone.
Damn. What unit was the soldier in? Don't say. You're gonna say, is it the Fabulous Friends at the SFAB? I'll just say, okay. So it's not the Ranger Regiment. It's not Armor School. It's not Infantry School.
Regiment. Let's talk about that.
The Ranger Regiment. Those guys, man.
To visit here, and now the sergeant major, and that same sergeant major made everybody stand in front and go to this whole, we're going to have this whole barracks visit, this whole walkthrough.
Right.
Everybody has to go through a DPW course now not because of the Smoke Bomb Hill incident, guys. Not because of that.
Well, I know that the 75th
Regiment is covered in mold.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is that USASOC doesn't like bad news, which is why the barracks that are on Smoke Bomb Hill were USASOC barracks. And so they don't like throwing their dirty laundry out there. They would rather have somebody die in a fucking training area than report bad news and then say, "Oh, he was found dead." That's the way they fucking work.
Oh, Benning doesn't want any bad news.
That's what I'm saying. Benny didn't know specifically.
If reported in the news and it was a soldier, they don't even report that the dude was a soldier. There was 2 nurses here. One of them was doing kiddie porn, and they didn't even report that it was a soldier.
God damn.
I mean, there's been so many people that have been arrested here for all kinds of charges.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I mean, they don't even report that they're soldiers stationed at Benning.
We don't even want to talk about the bullshit that's going on within the commands, but that's another story. So 75th Ranger Regiment. How long?
I mean, the whole Twitter thing that happened, that was epic. And I missed it because I was celebrating a birthday.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm talking about the 75th Ranger Regiment. Well, rewind. I already went on my rant about Donahoe.
I missed your rant about the Twitter thing.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I was ranting about it. I was talking shit. I was calling what's his name, John Lippincott. Hillsdale, come get your boy.
I was
yeah.
there for that. That was the other day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking about what happened Saturday night on Twitter.
Oh, recent news. You're talking about recently over the weekend. Yeah, I know. And that's some shit.
Yeah.
Woo, buddy.
Yeah.
Loaded. Man, I don't know if I want to talk about there during Sergeant's time or the Monday edition, but fire. Oh Lord. Ooh.
I
Lord.
was the one that saw that. I was waiting for all that stuff to happen on Twitter on his feed, and then boom, deactivated. And I was like, did I just get blocked?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, he
Yeah.
just deactivated.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the right.
Real quiet on Instagram.
Well,
like
Monday.
Real quiet.
Well, hang on. Well, last week Monday we talked about it a little bit too. When I talked to Mike Levine, and then I talked, and then I mean, you don't have to really say anything. You just watch the social media fire, and it's like it's okay, Elizabeth. Is Elizabeth?
Photograph.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Hey, Elizabeth, we don't even know what the Monday edition is all about. It's usually news, commentary, and discussion. And so because I just got back, all discombobulated. So don't worry, the next Monday edition will be a little bit more organized.
We're merging.
Yeah, so that whole Twitter thing over the weekend, man, in fuego. I loved it.
That was the best thing ever.
Well, I'm a psyop guy, so I things that I'm not supposed to look at, like train wrecks, cleavage, and dumpster fires. I fucking love it. I just got to look at it. I just got to. There you go.
Well, I've been secretly waiting because you know what? There's a difference between exposure and transparency, and then when you do it in a disproportionate manner and you do it recklessly, eventually, like I don't even know. At this point, my ADD, I wasn't even able to follow everybody's feed and like all the nonsense that was happening. But when you do it recklessly and somebody eventually exposes you, and you know I'm here, and so I do all this stuff with housing and stuff, and so I worked closely with Donahoe, and I knew him and I knew people in his circle, so I was like trying to figure out who everyone was talking about, and I'm like,
yeah, I know,
Sam?
right?
Well, there's several Sams.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
So
it's just
I
like
knew who it was.
It's like I'm waiting. Here's the thing. And I'm pretty sure as everyone's recovering from the shock of everything, then we'll see. We'll lay it out. But I'll be honest with you, with all the epicness and all the dumpster firing of the timeline and deactivating and shit posting and shit talking about that right there, man, that was going to be the topic of Sergeant's Time last week. I'm going to talk about it again this week, this Sergeant's Time, because that way I'll be able to collect my notes better. But yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was fire. I was like, oh shit. Who's dropping names and addresses? And ooh, you got people that I didn't follow.
Well, he didn't drop an address.
I never dropped shit.
But the thing is,
no one's ever dropped shit.
No, and neither did Mike. But then
Right.
he got blasted for it. But conveniently, he deactivated his Twitter account, but then he deleted the post where he was telling everyone to contact that girl's command and posted numbers and
oh
yes,
yes.
This dude brought it on himself.
Whoa, damn.
He wants to blame Mike for it.
Whoa.
And that's the same crap that he did to Donahoe. You ruined a man.
God damn.
And then you attacked him and you kept going.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
And you're proud of yourself for no damn reason.
Yeah.
So go sit down and have a whole seat.
Oh
Because
yeah, it's
he was prideful and he could have done a whole lot more to him.
Right.
But
right.
he didn't.
Right. Well, Heather, hey, we got to get going. We got to take a break. So.
I know it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
You
So
go refill.
Yeah, we got to
and
go
have a good
refill. Yep. Take it easy. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. We're gonna take a break right quick. We'll be right back. Boy, that was a phone call from man. Lordy. Did you hear that shipwreck? Man, that was like, bro.
Yeah, it's getting heated.
Yeah. That's like, oh, well, she was low because her voice was really soft. So I ought to blow everybody's ears out just trying to blast her, her volume up too. So.
Well, she was a sweet lady. Very concerned.
Very
about
concerned.
her.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, so we're gonna take a break right now, and man, maybe. I don't know what to say. Oh man. So we'll be right back. Refill your glasses. Go take a leak. Smoke if you got them. We'll be right back. A shouts.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
There we go.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Man, sorry, I've been dicking around playing with the sounds and shit. Oh, what's up, Ahmad? Man. So, what you got going on? What we got going on next? We got man, we just got heated up. We just going off on all the social media drama. Holy shit. Love it. I'm your host.
Drama's always fun.
Broadcasting live on the 17th October 2022. WTF Nation Radio, the voice of U.S. Army WTF Moments. How do I sound now? Do I sound a little bit better? Or is it maybe some of the sounds? I mean, I don't want to blow your all's ears out because I got some I got some, get some powerful sounds going on. And I don't want to, distort or peak out or whatever. So anyways, what were we going to talk about? Just real quick. Tomorrow we have Pop Culture Warrior. Tomorrow we have Thursday we have Sergeant's Time, and then Friday we have Friday Night Freedom, and of course we have the share from the Ashes Radio on Wednesday. And I think the lineup's going pretty good. Hey, so are we supposed to be using that new thing for the thing of the new thing for the thing? Are we supposed to be using that thing for the thing? That new thing that
Oh yeah.
Are we supposed to be using that for a cut sheet or some shit? Is that what's supposed to be happening?
Yeah. We got another week of beta testing, and it's going to be fully operational.
Okay.
With some new tech.
We'll be fully.
I love the new tech.
Yeah.
With excellence.
Of excellence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once more. I'm afraid the tech will be quite operational when the time arrives. Anyways.
It might even run your Death Star there.
So we got a guest tomorrow from CQ. He's got his guest. Who we got, CQ? Since you're in the chats, you might as well just go ahead and tell us what you got. ¿Qué tenemos para mañana? Let's see.
Give us a drum roll here.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good guest.
Yeah. CQ always has the good guest, dude. He's got the guest. His guest is Kathy Wesselshook. Wesselshook. His guests that have these like crazy names, they're not like, I guess they're common. Hey, it's only so-and-so. So Kathy Wesselshook, she's a voice actress. Wait, isn't that the same one we were supposed to have for last week, but you had to reschedule and stuff like that? I think that's what it was. If I'm not mistaken. So, anyways, so looks like we're all back up. Looks like everything's back up. All of our tech is working. We have new tech going on. CQ will provide, of course, the update to Wasabi Khan. He didn't take Radar with him. He took Pookie with him. Poor Pookie, man. Did you hear what happened with Pookie?
Oh, yeah. I heard about that. And
Pookie, nothing bad.
Better him than me. I had to be livid.
Nothing bad. Pookie's okay. He just had a lot of flight delays going to Jacksonville and then coming back. So
I wonder how much bank he made off of them.
I don't know. He was showing us some of the accommodations, and so anywho, yep. So we'll like I said, you'll see. Look for our promos, and look for all of our our peeps broadcasting, posting. Follow CQ. If you follow WTF Nation Radio on anything, just put @ except for the Facebook page. So if you put @ WTF Nation Radio on YouTube, you found us. @ WTF Nation Radio on Twitter, You found us. At WTF Nation Radio Twitch, you found us. Except for the Facebooks. Those Facebooks, it's at WTFNR. And that's it. There you go. Then you can find all of us. So let's go back over here. Elizabeth, you said you were in the 8th Battalion? You were in 8th Side Battalion? When? Trying to see. Let me hang on. Let me look at the. I'm trying to look at her. 8th Battalion. See, her name sounds familiar. Let me look.
You're looking in your
look at my
school book.
Look,
graduation yearbook.
My graduation yearbook. Oh man, no.
I was doing that this week, Friday with the wife. Actually, we were pulling out the yearbooks and like, hey, I think I saw so and so at the theater or grocery shop, and we're like, no, that wasn't that person. We pull it out, and we're like, yep, sure enough, that was.
Yeah.
You ever have those times?
Yeah. Yep.
And then the ones you thought were going to be nothing but potheads all their life end up turning to very successful people.
Right? I know. Some of the ones you thought were going to be utter losers. And then, but then again, there were some and then the popular ones and all the, well, I shouldn't say popular ones, but then the ones you thought were going to be successful became utter losers. If that makes any sense. So, all right, let's see. What do we got going on right now? I think the last time we have not done a Kyiv independent review, and I think we'll go back a couple of hours. Yeah, it's overdue, man. We'll go a couple of hours. If you guys, I don't know if you've been seeing on the webs, already posted on WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page, Russia attacked Ukrainian cities with the kamikaze drones provided by Iran, killing civilians and leaving swaths of land cut off from electricity. That just happened last night, actually, and there was some incredible video out there. You just got to look at Ukrainian, Iranian drone attack, and just Google that shit, and you'll see guys shooting down fucking air drones with their guns and stuff like that. It was intense.
Yeah, I was about to say that. If you saw that video.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, man. AP hit it up last night and it was posted. But yeah, dude, it was pretty it was intense, like left and right. And these things sound like, you think they're like advanced or something like that. They just look like giant remote control airplanes with with warheads. And so the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry, you missed calling. Sorry, you want to call? You can, Elizabeth. You could call. You don't have to say sorry. You can call. Go ahead. We'll let you ring in if you're going to ring in. If not, then we're going to do our Kyiv update. So
you can ring in while we're doing an update. We're good.
Yeah, exactly.
We're flexible.
Yeah, we're flexible, but not limp. You could go ahead and freaking give us a call, 415-889-8367, and then we'll wait for you, or we'll continue the show and then wait for your call, and then if we see you, we'll ring. Oh, there you go. Ukraine's foreign ministry has said that Iran has now been an accomplice in Russian aggression. Providing weapons of waging a war of aggression in Ukraine and killing Ukrainian cities makes Iran complicit in Russia's aggression, war crimes, and terrorist attacks, the ministry said. Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba earlier called on, I'm trying not to fuck up the name, EU foreign ministers to impose sanctions on Iran for helping Russia carry out terrorist attacks against Ukrainians. The statement followed.
That sounds familiar.
Wait, are you talking about Iran getting involved in?
Yeah,
being
sounds
outside,
so familiar.
Yeah, outside belligerents. Wait a minute, I thought we were supposed to be doing some sort of oil deal with them and shit. Now, shit.
No. Didn't Iran help go after our soldiers?
Right. Yeah. They helped out. Yeah, they helped out in Iraq, up against Al Qaeda. Helped Al Qaeda against us. Yep.
So they're doing the same shit for another. Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So the statement followed a massive Russian attack in Kyiv using Iranian-made Shahed 136 drones. That was yesterday. Actually, we're a day behind, but it was technically yesterday. Ukraine's air defense shoots down 8 Iranian-made kamikaze drones. Ukrainian Air Force said the drones have been shot down by Central Air Force Command, which includes Kyiv and Kyiv Oblast. The country's air defense has also shot down 2 caliber cruise missiles coming from the Black Sea. That's 3 hours ago. Death toll in the military plane crash. Russian military plane crash rises to 6. Information was provided by the Russian Emergency Situations Ministry, as cited by the news agency TASS. Earlier today, Russian media shared a video of the aftermath of a Russian Su-34 military aircraft crashing into the residential building in the town of Yitsk and Krasnokrai. So there we go. Let's see what else. 3 hours back. EU Parliament vote to recognize Russia as state sponsor of terrorism. The EU voted in favor of a proposal to hold a debate on adopting a resolution to recognize Russia as a state sponsor of terrorism. The resolution is up for vote at the end of the month, at the end of November. So protesters have gathered in front of the Iranian embassy in Kyiv over arms sale. Could you imagine you have an embassy and you're just like, you're bombing the fucking country that you have an embassy in? And it's like, they're fucking idiots. Protesters gathered in front of the Iranian embassy in Kyiv over arms sale to Russia. Demonstrators accuse Iran of supporting Russian terrorism and killing Ukrainians. The protest follows a massive Russian attack on Kyiv using Iranian-made Shahed drones on 17 October. Zelensky said, "We do not forget about any of our people. We have to return them all." President Zelensky commented on the return of 108 Ukrainian women who were freed from Russian captivity on October 17th. His address to the nation, he thanked every person involved in the successful operation. That more Russian prisoners we have, the sooner we can free our heroes. Italy to provide military aid package to Ukraine. The Ukrainian defense minister made an announcement on Twitter, but he didn't provide any specifics what the aid package would include. That's a heated debate right now about everyone providing money and all that. I know that Elon thing was like getting everybody riled up. So
it was a distraction.
Yeah, it was you're right. It was a distraction. So currently, speaking of which, according to Politico, Pentagon.
It was a psychological warfare thing.
I don't know. Anyways, I know what you're talking about. Pentagon, the EU consider funding Ukraine's access to Starlink. The Pentagon is mulling over funding Ukraine's use of Musk's Starlink satellites to fund. I want to get one now. I want to get a fucking Starlink. With the fund would supply long-term military assistance to Ukraine. Two officials involved in the discussions told Politico. And EU is also discussing whether to contribute funding to the service to keep it working in Ukraine. Lithuanian Foreign Minister told Politico. And so I think that's, let me see, we got a couple more. Canada imposes French. Canada. Sorry. Canada.
You got coffee going tonight?
No, I had some sweet tea.
Okay.
I had some meds that I took, and it lasted me for a minute, so I'm good. So sweet teas, it makes you really dehydrated. I'm not saying I'm like tripping balls on air right now, but I'm
not like twisted tea or nothing, right? It's regular tea.
No, just regular sweet tea. I make my own sweet tea. Canada imposes fresh sanctions. I keep wanting to say Canada. I don't know why it reads like that. Against Russian propagandists. Canada imposed today that sanctions on 34 individuals and one entity complicit in the dissemination of Russian information and propaganda. Canada. Sarah, I said it again. Canada's foreign ministry said. And these individuals and entity assisting the Russian regime in undermining their principles of state sovereignty are responsible for spreading false narratives that serve as pretext for the Russian regime's unjustifiable war, the ministry said in Canada, not Canada. Canada. How's a boot? So how's a boot? Zelensky, when Russia's capacity of terror is neutralized, it will have no choice but to think of peace. Zelensky said Russia's latest drone attack are further proof that it has no chance on the battlefield and is trying to cover up its military defeats with terror. Unquote. He appealed to Ukraine's partners to provide additional air defense systems, saying that once Russian capabilities of terror are neutralized our joint efforts with our partners, Russia will have no choice but to think about peace. There we go. So that was the Kyiv update that I throw out usually on Monday to give you the last 3 to 4 hours of what's been going on in Ukraine. And man, there's a lot of people going back and forth and deciding, should we send money or not? It's kind of funny because a lot of individuals get so pissed off. It's like, I remember individuals that were so happy, like they were wanting Red Dawn to happen. And they wanted Red Dawn to happen. They wanted to fight Ivan. They wanted to fucking get mad and say, no, fuck Russia and all this other stuff. Well, here's your chance to fucking fuck Russia. Now nobody wants to do it. So, Richard, who are you saying sucks? No, you suck. Are you saying I suck? Richard? Lida? What comes do? Do we have some propagandists in there? Richard looks pissed. He says we suck. He says we're suck. We're just rolling the news, and he's saying we suck for doing it.
It must be your pronunciation.
It must be my pronunciation. He must not like vets. He hates vets. He doesn't like the way vets talk about Ukraine. Only believes only one specific way should be talking about Ukraine, not talking about how fucked up Russia is. I think
that might be a terrorist organization now.
That could, I don't know. That could be, yeah. If you don't like, if you want to simp for Ivan, then go to another fucking page. He's probably Canadian.
No, he's part of the collusion.
He's part of the collusion.
How many collusions have we had already?
Oh man, he hates my accent there. That's right, Branko. God, he serves now. Richard serves. He serves now. Thank you, Richard, for serving. Thank you for your service. We appreciate that. Hope you got an NSDSM, our National Defense Service Medal.
You need a combat gas.
I'm just messing with you, Richard. Hey, you can say whatever you want, man. I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to delete the comments. You can leave them in there. And just like I said, I'll retort back.
No, we're having a good time.
So why don't you? So why don't I? I just served. That sucks. You know what? I tried to come back in, Richard, but they wouldn't let me back in. They figured 29 years as a retired sergeant major, they had enough of me. There you go.
No. They're afraid that you're going to pass a new PT test with no issues.
That's right. They're worried about me. They worried about my chunky ass fucking passing an ACFT and I have to worry about I get taped. So why don't I go? See, I've done my time, man. If you're still serving, then go.
But on a serious note, if they called you like right now, would you actually grab your bag and
go? Yeah. I tried to before, and well, if there's like if they call somebody up to go do shit, Richard doesn't believe. Richard said I'm bullshit. I'm.
Step up your dick name.
Okay, Richard, I'm stolen valor. You got me. Oh my God!
If you only knew what our jobs were.
No, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay. Richard could have an opinion all he wants. If he says that I've never served and I didn't retire as an SGM, then thank you so much, Richard. I appreciate that.
That's what you did for the freedoms everyone has.
Thank you for my service. You're welcome for my service there, Richard. I didn't realize that it was. Holy shit. What a night. If you're serving, that's cool. I don't mind you fucking, talking and commenting. It's your right. First Amendment, yada, 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 hubba, hubba, hubba. But, I am going to respond to saying stuff like that. That if everybody who was so happy, they don't like fucking the movie Red Dawn. Don't fucking simp on that. Don't watch Rocky. You know what I'm saying? That you don't like America. If you simp for Ivan, you hate America. Just like how people say, if you say this, you like Al Qaeda and you hate America. So there you go. I thought people would be like, what? It's so funny. I bet you if this was happening during the fucking 80s when all that anti-Russia movies and shit like that was happening, like when Red Dawn happened, I bet you if Ukraine did that, well, I mean, they were the Soviet Union, but let's bounce it, let's pull it back. I bet you if we pull it back a little bit and we see that Russia invaded Ukraine in the 80s after all those fucking anti-Russia movies like Rambo and Red Dawn, people would be throwing money to do this. I mean, obviously we had the GWAT that kind of fucking got everybody tired of doing shit, but
and you would have another Woodstock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you would have another Woodstock.
Yeah, you have another Woodstock.
We would.
There should do another one. See what it would like in this generation would turn out.
No, I'll be honest with you. That the days of that are the generation is their generation, man. I mean, I would honestly.
No, but can you picture the new generation to go do that? How it actually turn out?
Right, exactly. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Iron Eagle. Iron Eagle's more believable than Top Gun, right? Isn't that what the case was?
Oh, yeah. Iron Eagle's actually a good movie.
That's actually a
I
good
grew
one.
up on that.
Yeah, Iron Eagle is a good movie. We went up against a Middle Eastern bad guy and rescued an American pilot that was downed, and then had some music.
After stealing a military plane, forgot that.
Stole a military airplane. That's like they should remake that movie. They should remake that movie, but like with better effects and shit, but with different people, and then with the same soundtrack. See, that's a lot of thing that kills a lot of movies is when they started, like they should redo Flash Gordon the same way. They should enhance the special effects and just leave it alone, but leave it all.
That soundtrack for that movie is badass though.
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
Imagine that song on your chopper.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
speakers on your
Firefox.
chopper.
Yeah. See all those anti-fucking Ivan and bad guys from the Middle East fucking movies. Fuck. Where was all that energy now wanting to fight Ivan? Don't respect slap happy drivers. Dude. Yeah. Speaking of which, you know what? Did you see the crash with NASCAR? Did you see what happened when Bubba Wallace hit the wall? Then he bounced against somebody else, and then Bubba Wallace got mad and purposely chased down a guy. Like went all the way across the fucking the lanes of or the all across the track to hit this guy because he was the one that hit the wall.
I didn't actually see the video. I saw the admin back chats, in the office there, and then the online chats that there was a little bit of road rage.
I'm telling you what, Bubba Wallace is in the wrong. I'm gonna say he was in the wrong. He bounced into the wall. Sorry, dude. It's not the other guy's fault that you bounced into the wall.
Was it a bumper car day?
It was a NASCAR thing. Like I said, they made that turn around the corner. Bubba Wallace made that turn. He hit the wall and he bounced into another car. NASCAR won't let us show the video because I was going to show the video and it said you can't do it because of fucking copyrights, whatever. I don't know. We seem to have less problems with Disney than we do with NASCAR and the NFL. Major League Baseball is cool with us and Disney with us, but
that's surprising. Normally Disney is more against that stuff.
Now Disney loves us because we have Pop Culture Warrior and a lot of the Marvel stuff that CQ has on there.
Okay. So we've been blessed. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. We've been given the Disney blessing.
The rite of passage.
The rite of passage from the mouse. Yeah. The mouse has given us authorization to play our shit or to play their shit because we're talking news commentary. When CQ does his stuff and all that, but yeah. That all these people who are all like happy, yeah, Wolverines, and yeah, we want somebody to invade. I dare anybody to invade this country. And it was always Russia that was in the bad guy in these movies, and now all of a sudden it's like nobody wants to help fucking another country when Russia is invading. It's like, dude.
Wouldn't that be a cool movie though? Putting Red Dawn and Iron Eagle together concept.
Dude, are you talking? Man, stop. No, it wouldn't happen. It would not happen.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Political correctness, and oversensitive fucking sensitivities to whatever. It would make a sorry movie. It wouldn't be a good movie. Somebody would be offended that another person is in it that didn't get in there, or another gender didn't get put in there, or another race didn't get put in there, even though it would be the most balanced movies. I know because I mean, Iron Eagle had what? Lou Gossett Jr. He was one of the freaking prominent African American actors back in the day, and played Chappie Sinclair to the. That's the way. I mean, that's the way I saw an Air Force pilot. Like Chappie too.
Yeah.
So
and that movie was very neutral on life, on everything.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's just me.
Yeah, just me. So I'm saying a movie like that, I'm telling you, I just think dude, just stop remaking movies because you stop making a movie because you didn't think about it, and I just think movies need to be stopped being remade. I mean, I'm gonna call up CQ tomorrow. I think I'm gonna bug CQ tomorrow on that. I'm gonna say, hey, look, dude, how come all these movies are getting remade? How come Hollywood doesn't have new shit? You know what I mean? They should have new shit. They should not have a remake of a remake of a remake of a remake.
Well, maybe it's the generation of movie writers are not that creative no more, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. No, I didn't leave Hunt for Red October. Could you imagine? Hunt for Red October that was another anti-Ivan movie. Ready for launch.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Or Crimson Tide. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
Crimson Tide was pretty good, too. So.
I think those movies were an eye-opener how some things actually work in the political arena and the military, that the back channels actually save a lot of major situations.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, Elizabeth, the show's not almost over. You can call in anytime while we're talking, by the way, because we are gonna close in a minute. So
Please do call in.
call in, Elizabeth. I want to know where you said you were in a battalion, so I want to know where when that time. Surprised you don't recognize me because I've been in forever. Not according to that one dude who says bullshit. I was never in. So
No, you're always hiding in the S1 shop, right?
I never
No one-
deployed. I've never deployed. Matter of fact, I stayed in the. Oh, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Hi, it's Elizabeth.
Hey, what's
Well,
going
I go
on?
by Liz. So
Oh,
how are
okay.
you guys doing?
Good. Okay, first off, real quick, you were in the 8th Battalion. Who's your sergeant major? Who's your
Command Sergeant Major Groover.
Sean Groover. Man, I've served with him.
Yes, I think he's a realtor now in North Carolina.
That's correct. That's correct. Me and Sean talk all the time. And wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm I don't know if, well, everybody knows me as Ice, but I'm retired Sergeant Major Ken Ramos. I'm Sergeant Major Ramos. First Sergeant Ramos. Master Sergeant Ramos. You might have known whatever name. But I think I
recognize the name, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, when were you there?
Oh, I was there from which time? Because I was there from 2000 January after I graduated jump school in 2001. Yeah, so from 2001 until 2018, back and forth, and I was in mostly 9th Battalion and 6th Battalion, and so.
Oh, okay.
So, but.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're an 8th Battalion and I'm an 9th Battalion, you're not going to see us speaker monkeys. We don't commingle. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting as far as like the experience being a 35 Fox in an intel position, but in a PSYOP unit.
Yep.
Like, I never even knew much about PSYOP before because I was prior service. I got out as an E5 and then I took like a year in between and then I got back in. And then I was in Alaska at the time and I got orders to Fort Bragg and the recruiter said, "Hey," he goes, "I have good news and bad news." I said, "What's the good news?" He said, "The good news is you're going to a psychological operations unit." And I said, "What's the bad news?" He's like, "The bad news is you're going to Fort Bragg." Because I said, "Please," I said, "no matter what, I don't want to go to Fort Bragg because I was airborne."
Oh, gotcha.
And he said, "I can't really guarantee that."
Yeah, well, bad news. You're going to Bragg. Back at Bragg.
Yeah, pretty much. And, I was single at the time and stuff, so of course I lived in the, I don't know, I think they were called Smoke Bomb Hill Barracks.
That's it. You were living,
the Mesoc Barracks.
Yeah, you were living in the grand accommodations that only mold can offer.
Yeah, the mold barracks. So,
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was commenting earlier is that, when I first moved in, there was so much, gross stuff in the shower and everything, and I cleaned it, and, they were really surprised. Like, even though I was an NCO, they still did, room inspections, of course, and they were like, "Wow, how'd you get your floors so clean?" and everything, and I'm like, well, I just used Ajax and hot water and used a mop and threw it away after because, pretty gross. But the topics were kind of changing quite a bit since I was, listening in on everything.
Oh, you got to keep up. You got to keep up. We're fast. We ramble and jump and jump and jump, and then we have to we engage the audience. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah, so basically, yeah, I don't really have like that much to talk about. I was just, I was here listening and I was like, well, yeah, I was at Fort Bragg and I was in 8th MISB and I was a 35 Fox and it was a different experience kind of being in the S2 compared to what I was used to before, working with, what's the MOS for PSYOP, 37 Fox?
37 Fox, yeah.
Okay, I couldn't quite remember at the moment. But yeah, it was a different experience because, like, I was in an infantry airborne unit before, and so it was a completely different experience going to that battalion at Fort Bragg.
Yeah, it was
Like,
different,
I
isn't
didn't
it?
really
Just-
know what to expect.
Yeah, no one usually does when they were assigned to another unit that just does things differently. And,
Yeah.
and people they're waiting for the other shoe to drop. They're like, is it okay for us to do that? You know, so that's why I would rather have a bad day in PSYOP than any day in Big Army, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely a much better experience than the old brigade I was in. You know, I had a lot of good times there. When I arrived, they didn't even know I was coming because I was prior service. So I showed up to the S2 shop in 8th MISB, and they said, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm your new E5." And they said, "Oh, we didn't even know you were coming." So I guess that was, you know, a good thing to them, because when you get new NCOs that are actually like able to do their job and wanting to help and do whatever they're supposed to do, then it's always a good thing. You can never have like too many people unless there's too much space being taken up.
Right. Now, did you get to do your MOS? I know sometimes some of the 35s didn't get to do as much as they wanted to, but they got to do other things. Did you at least get to, you know, dabble a little bit in your craft?
Yes, I did. So we had like the weekly commanders update briefs and everything like that. And we started doing, the battalion never had an INSUM before I arrived. So within a year of me getting there, we started publishing a weekly INSUM, which
cool.
That's what I was bringing up earlier, is it's kind of tough when we have people, you know, deployed in all areas of CENTCOM and everything, that the intelligence is kind of outdated.
Yeah.
But even still, we were still publishing those weekly INSUMs because some of the information was still useful to
Yeah, of
like the
course.
teams that were deployed out.
Of course.
So yeah, we started doing that, and you know, we did actually like work late hours trying to like help some of our counterparts, like the teams that were deployed and everything.
Yeah.
I had kind of a a high-strung OIC, which isn't always the best, but at the same time, you know,
A high-strung
it's
S2,
actually
a
helping.
high-strung S2? No, do tell. Those, oh my
I'm
God,
just
yeah.
saying, it's not always the best for everybody in the shop. but
Right,
at the
right,
same
exactly.
Time, you know, if
Exactly.
it's helping people that we have like downrange, then you know that's really the main thing that matters. And on top of that, dealing with everybody's, you know, stuff from before that didn't really care about
Right.
the S2 shop.
Right,
like
exactly. Oh, you're,
interim
yep.
CS, SCI
Yep.
clearances and stuff
Exactly.
like that all those PSYOP teams need to have. But
Yep. Exactly. Did you,
no,
did you go to jump, did you go to, did Sean make you go to jump master school? Did he say you need to go to jump master school?
Yeah, well, he didn't make me. My first sergeant, which let's see, who was the first sergeant at the time?
Yes, please tell me.
I'm thinking. Sorry, there's quite
It's
a,
okay.
quite a few of them. First sergeant. Let's see. Blah blah blah. Blah. He was in the 8th Battalion, Bravo Company after he moved from HSC. First Sergeant Francis.
Yes, Chris
Does that ring a
Francis.
bell?
Yep.
Also.
Yep. First Sergeant Chris
Yeah,
Francis. Yep.
him. I can't remember if it was him or if it was First Sergeant Bailey was the one before
Shit,
that.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. I know all those. Man, I'm gonna call those dudes up right
Jonathan
now.
Bailey.
Yep, yep.
No, don't call them up. Don't talk to them about
They listen. They listen to the
don't know
show.
my new last name, so don't mention me.
Oh, okay. They listen to the show though.
No,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
didn't get in trouble or anything. I didn't
Oh,
get in
okay.
trouble or anything, but I'm just like, just no. First Sergeant Bailey, and then who was the other guy? Well, there was somebody when I first got there. I can't remember his name because he was long gone. And then there was somebody in between First Sergeant Bailey, First Sergeant Francis, and I can't remember the other one. But
Yeah.
I think it was First Sergeant Bailey that actually pushed me to go to Jump Master School. And I was like, I don't really know about this, you know, like, I don't really want to do this. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, you're an NCO, you're airborne.
Yeah, yep.
Like, what do you mean you don't want
What
to
do
do
you-
this? I'm just like, well, and I kept kind of going into like a backstory about how I was in an airborne infantry unit, and they kind of pushed me, like persuaded me to go to airborne school, even though I didn't want to go. Finally went. I said, I only went because, you know, I kind of had to. And he's like, well, you are now, so you don't really have like a choice. You're airborne and you're an NCO. So yeah, I ended up going. And like the thing about it is, I think like on day 0, like I practiced like a lot with him in the company area,
Yeah.
and like did like the rig X and all this stuff.
Yeah.
To prepare for it. He'd say, do it again, do it again, do it again. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing it again. Day 0, they kind of like kicked me out, like for something so stupid. They said I didn't have my, and I can't even remember at the time, because let's see, I got out in 2016, so this was probably in 2015. They said, oh, your harness wasn't extended completely or something, like on the outside for the first step.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It totally makes
I can't even remember at the
totally
time.
makes sense. It totally makes sense.
It was something so stupid. They said I didn't have everything extended, and I was like, but
Yeah.
it is extended. I said,
Yeah.
look, it's extended. They said, no, it's not extended. And then later on, somebody told me, they said, oh yeah, they were just trying to kick people out
Yep.
from all the other battalions,
Yep,
because
yep.
people from 9th Battalion needed to go through Jump Master School.
You damn right. 9th Battalion
So
need to
I
go
was
jump
like-
master school. You damn right. You damn right. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
forever 9th
I
Battalion.
know, I know, right? I know. And then like I went back and they're like, oh, what happened? I was like, they said I didn't extend my stuff enough, and they're like, well, that's your fault.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, okay, all right, here we go down this path. You know what I mean? So I never went back because, like, let's see, that was in like late 2015, and I got out like 6 months later from
Gotcha.
my contract. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
Like it would have been cool to go back, but
No,
yeah.
that's cool. That's
Besides
cool.
That, yeah, I really like watching this show, and I never knew what the Monday show was about. I always watched the Friday one.
Oh,
so-
okay. Well, there you go. See, right the that right there. Now you know this news discussion and commentary. So we just pick topics and just start talking about it. So
Yeah, I met Redleg in Tennessee when he was a host on the show.
oh, okay, gotcha.
When
Okay,
I was, yeah, when I
long
was
time
still
ago.
active duty.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I met him.
That's right. Yep. Okay, I got you now. Well, hey, thanks for shooting the shit. And like I said, I hope you keep listening. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. Okay, you guys take care.
Yep. Have a good.
night.
Yeah. Take it easy. Man, that's like damn, bringing up names from the past and shit. That's insane. You there, Shipwreck? Is your mic okay? Are you there?
History lane.
Oh man. So real quick, we forgot to do a screenshot.
Yeah,
we forgot.
my
to-
mic's good.
yeah. You forgot to do screenshot madness. I totally forgot to do that, man. It's like, let me.
That's the highlight of the show.
Yeah, man. So real quick, we got some opinions on how some sound advice from NCOs with multiple divorces, and we got some takes. I kind of like these guys' style. So 2 spouses, hell, if we wanted to disappoint 2 people at the same time, I'd visit my parents. Now, who the fuck wants the misery of 2 wives? Quote, because you're getting career advice from a twice divorced staff sergeant who joined the Army at 17 and has no skill other than functional alcoholism. Damn, he's a savage. Holy shit. That's freaking nuts. That is insane. So there you go. There's your screenshots there's your comments of the week. All right. So what else we got? That it? Ready to go?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So don't forget, tomorrow we have a Pop Culture Warrior coming back. He's got his guest, and then we have Sergeant Time coming back, and then Friday Night Freedom with Cause and the Pooks. And man, I think that's it. We appreciate you guys hanging out and shooting the shit. I know. Sorry for the show last week that didn't get to go to do a AUSA recap, but we'll go ahead and do an AUSA recap this Thursday for Sergeant's Time. It looks like all of our feeds are doing okay. I don't see anything there that's really hindered. We're all 5x5, green to green. So with that, do you have anything for me, Shipwreck?
No. I'm good. Hope you don't book a play anytime soon. But other than that, I'm good.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? What do you mean? What is it?
Nothing,
Hey, don't be saying shit like that. Hope you don't book a plane anytime soon. What the fuck? What does that mean? What are you talking about?
No, just setting up for Friday, you know.
Oh, okay. You're throwing that delayed joke that Pookie had to go through. You're so mean.
Yeah. That delay thing, you know. Got to set it up early.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. All right, so we'll be like I said, you'll see me on Thursday with Spanky. But don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We're on 5 active streams right now. So 2 Facebook pages, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. So make sure you tune in 2000 Eastern Standard Time. And of course, you can go to WTFNationRadio.com and look at all our stuff. We even got a Discord chat open, so you can go swimming around in there. So aside from that, y'all have a good night. Oh, Broncos or Chargers. Broncos 13, Chargers 10, halftime. All right, cool. Oh, did you hear about the Chiefs losing? But that's just bad. They lost against the Bills. But anyways, y'all have a good night. Shots.
Shots.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
On WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Showed us how to groom a horse, and it was just fun. And as we're grooming a horse, we're telling our story.
You get to see somebody who's never been.
Сьогодні ти знову написала, що тобі страшно. І я знову попрошу. Ні, сьогодні я накажу відставити боятись. Погладь за мене бармале і спокійно лягай спати. До речі, як там Руся в школі? Скажи тату берегти серце і обійняти маму. І взагалі, давайте усміхатися. Вашій силі краса. Допомагайте один одному і виручайте. Цілуйте любимих. Святкуйте свою свободу. Ви за нашими спинами, ось такі теж надійні, не ховаєтеся, прикриваєте нас із тилу. Зробіть так, щоб ми пишалися вами. І ми повернемось. Повернемось і будемо жити.